Ooh, whoa, this is bad lighting. What's up, internet? Corey Zamey are here. We're at my favorite flea market, at least once or twice a year. That is my favorite flea market, that is. Gonna be a relatively short week. Jesus Christ, the light. Gonna be a relatively short weekend, I think, just because only hitting 2 flea markets and then it's done. Had a fucking tag sale yesterday, so not much time to get this video in. Let's hope we have some luck. I look like a retard. Alright guys, just a few pickups at that flea market. Our second one was absolutely bone dry. We're heading to the Durham Fair right now, so what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put this video, or the beginning of this video, at the beginning of next week's video, which is when we'll be going to Retro World Expo. So, in just a moment, we're going to the Expo, even though it's a week away from me. But before that, let's go over what I picked up, just because I might forget. Picked up one NES game because it wouldn't be a weekend adventure without picking up an NES game apparently. For $4, picked up Robo Warrior from one of the regular resellers. And a whole handful, 8 figures in fact, of these little Mario, I don't even know what they're called. It's a baggie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them out of the baggie right now. Maybe I'll show you a picture after this clip. Here at Retro World Expo, about to stand in a line for who knows how long. Hey, it's moving. We got here just in time. Cyborg Justice. You build your cyborg and then you fight against other cyborgs in like a Turtles in Time like beat 'em up kind of thing. What else we got here? God damn. Did I get rid of this or do I think I got rid of that. That's expensive as hell. I got that at the Savers for like $5. I think I traded that away. Excuse me. Would you take 7 for this?
I'll do 8.
I'll do 8. What's the best you can do on these two? What's the best you can do on these two? What's the best price you can give me on those two?
I mean, it's still early.
Okay.
I think it's stick with it for now.
Alright. Hold on to them.
Oh, yeah. What's up? You guys have games? Hey there.
10 for this? Would you take 10 for this?
Let me see.
Hey Wood, how's it going?
Hey man, how are you?
Big fan of the channel.
Thank you, I appreciate it. How's it all going for you? Okay.
Pretty good. How's America going for you?
I love it.
Wonderful.
I wish I didn't have to leave. I mean, I don't have to leave anytime soon, but...
Yeah, I saw the video.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That video saved me from explaining that a lot of times. I'm glad I done that. What are you looking for today?
Nintendo games, generally.
How much is it not spend money?
Yeah. No manual?
Oh, no, yeah, it's not good. I got the freaking calorie drill with the like that.
Alright, what is this? Is this complete?
Huh?
Is that complete?
I think so. Not pretty. No. Yeah. Watch Angry Video Game there. You know where we had the power glove.
How much would you do for these three?
25.
Y'all know who we are?
It'd be funny if only three of them were like, absolutely everybody else is just like.
And we are joined by Alpha Omega Sid. And to Alpha's right is Wood Hawker from Beat 'em Ups.
Good night. Gives me wood, I'll tell you that much.
He basically does a Game Chaser style show in Australia.
Nice.
So
They call me Billy 2.0. No one improves.
it's like
You're the upgraded version of me.
the 10-year younger version of Billy.
kind of nearing the end of this flea market because, yeah, I have dollars. There's usually people set up out here and there ain't nothing, and it looks like they might even be too lazy to put the barriers up that they usually have. It'd be a miracle if we find something out here. How much for the puppeteer? How much are you asking for the video games? Wow. What's up, Alma? I don't give a shit about you, but you're up there in my collection now.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It's me, Mario. Woohoo!
We have a ton of them left, too. Hey guys, time to go over what I picked up at the first ever Retro World Expo. There were some pickups from last week, but I showed those earlier. At the expo, spent a ton of money. Not as much as other people from what I've been seeing, but started our purchasing frenzy off with a Genesis game that I used to have back in the day. Really enjoyed it. Really hard, I never really got very far in it, but it was kind of like in my mind at least, the precursor to why I really enjoyed Armored Core games. We got Cyborg Justice. Really cool game. It's kind of a beat 'em up where you can design your own robot beforehand. And I believe you could also take items from other robots that you defeat while you're playing the game, which is pretty cool. Stumbled upon a booth that had some unmarked or unpriced games, and I asked them how much this one was. Brainlord for the Super Nintendo. It's an Enix game. Don't know much about it. It is on my list of RPGs I'm trying to get, but all I know is it's on that list. I asked him how much he wanted for it. He said 15. I did a quick eBay search just to make sure I'm not overspending on something, and it was going between 15 and 25, I believe, so not a bad deal at all. A little bit of sticker residue, but aside from that, really nice shape. The next few pickups are probably a little bit out of order. I don't really remember what order I got them in, and I'm kind of regretting this one. I noticed when I did my NES collection video at this point for you a few weeks back that I did not have Pac-Man or Mrs. Pac-Man in my collection. And I didn't realize that Pac-Man came in 2 different versions until I started looking at other people's pickups from this convention, and I ended up getting the 10-gen version of Pac-Man, when it's the Namco one that I really would have wanted. Paid $6 for that, so Next up, stumbled across a booth. Actually not sure if this guy was a fan of the channel. He seemed familiar with me, but he didn't introduce himself to me. He had some really reasonably priced games. Unfortunately, one of the ones here is actually a double, I didn't realize. These were $2 each, so I didn't even bother haggling. That was probably one of the best prices I've seen in the entire convention. Got Orphan, Scion of Sorcery, one of the OG PlayStation 2 RPGs. Never played it though, but I already have it. Rayman 2 Revolution. I did not ever know that this was one of the titles. I know there were a whole bunch of remakes for Rayman 2, but I was not aware of the PlayStation 2 version of it. And there's actually a sticker on here that I'm going to keep on there just because PSM growing up was my favorite video game magazine. Like, a lot of people really like Nintendo Power. I was a PSM fanboy. And lastly, I also picked up Donkey Konga. And this unfortunately is missing the manual. It's got that GameCube thing where it's got like 15 different inserts in here. So at a quick glance, I thought the manual was there. Not beating myself up over it, but finally have a way to use my bongos that I got a long time ago. At a booth that was right next to those cheap games, they had a very reasonably priced NES game complete in the box that I've been looking for. Unfortunately, the box is not in as good a condition as I would like, but for $10 I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's kind of got this like sticker residue all around the middle of the cardboard box here, and also some tears on the back. And unfortunately, neither side is good for display, which I kind of noticed afterwards. But also at their booth they had the regular cart-only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they were asking the same price for it, so I figured I'll pick it up, whatever. It will blend in amongst the other games on my shelf anyway. I did arrange for a trade with Michael Antonio before the event. I traded him Jet Grind Radio for the Dreamcast, and I got straight up Disgaea DS, which is going to be a game that I'm going to be playing soon. I promised Ronnie many times that I would play Disgaea as soon as I got a handheld version of it. It was either going to be PSP or DS. I'm actually happier with the DS version. Went on an NES buying spree just because we were at a convention. There were a lot of cheap titles, and as you can see behind me, I don't really know how to best show you. With the setup I have a lot of shelf space to fill with NES games, so let's rifle through these. We got Bases Loaded, second season, and for this entire stack I paid $30, I believe. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Do the math on that somewhere. Gyromite. A little bit of writing on the back that's been crossed out. Kings of the Beach. Fighting Golf. Faxanadu. Hoops. Hydlide, which I was actually trying to haggle for earlier in the video, and the guy just wouldn't budge. I had like 3 different vendors no sir me to any haggle. They were just like, no, it's too early in the day. It's just like, this is a one-day convention. There is no Sunday. You don't have that much wiggle room on that, and it's a cheap NES game. This was marked for $5 at a different booth. They had it for like either 8 or 7, and I was trying to bundle 2 games together, and they no-sir'd me. I walked away. I did that 3 different times at the convention. I would have such a nicer stack of NES games had people been willing to haggle, but I'm not going to reward people that are just going to be stingy like that and aren't going to try and cut me a deal, or even a dollar. Even a dollar. Just keep the games at that point. Rant over. We got Swords and Serpents. And lastly, Burai Fighter. Finally, I stumbled upon Ronnie's booth. I actually missed it on my first sweep through the convention floor, and it really sucks that I did because he had some really decent deals, he tells me. I was really excited to see that he had Tetris and Dr. Mario complete in the box. Box has seen better days, but as always with a box protector, who gives a fuck? It looks amazing. And for that, he had it marked, I believe, $22, and for $25 total, I picked up these 2 games. We got Dragon Spirit, The New Legend, and Bart vs. the Space Mutants, which is one of the games I actually remember renting this. And I didn't rent NES games very often, but all I ever did back then was borrow a system from my cousin, so that was probably my one NES rental back in the day. After we left the convention, we were happening by one of my favorite pawn shops to stop at, and I saw that they had quite a few NES games. As you saw, they had Donkey Kong for, I believe, $40, which was kind of overpriced, which might be a death knell for this pawn shop for me. And when I originally asked about Dr. Chaos, they said $10. And then he looked it up online, and he's just like, oh yeah, $10 would be fine. And I looked it up later. It's going anywhere from $5 to $10, so I don't understand why $10 is his price. I asked him if he'd do 5. He said yeah, so I got it. Sunday. We didn't have rain, so we went to the flea markets, and it might as well have rained, because there was like nobody there. It was about 55 to 60 degrees, and no vendor really wanted to be there. They didn't even like put up the barriers. We happened across one of the usual video game vendors, also has like records and stuff like that, and he had a PlayStation 3 game that I've actually been wanting to pick up, and I missed out on picking it up back when Kmart was doing their clearance, and that is a cat entering the room. Also, Puppeteer for the PlayStation 3. Always really liked the art style on this, and I've heard great things about it, but ever since seeing it for like $6 at Kmart and not getting it, I could not bring myself to pay any more for it. So $5 at a flea market is perfectly fine with me. So we had some amiibo luck when we went to a Walmart that is not my local Walmart. And I picked up 2 amiibos. We got Ganondorf and Olimar, whatever. I'm gonna rip them both up. I guess I'll do them one at a time. I'm not slick enough to open both at the same time. And Olimar I was thinking about keeping sealed, but he's open now. Just because I'm not a big fan of Pikmin at all. So if I didn't have this on my shelf, I'd be okay with it. And if I were able to trade it for like one of the amiibos that I missed out on, like Meta Knight or King Day-to-Day, that would be amazing. But whatever. He's unfortunately like worth maybe $5 more than I paid for him. And of course we got Ganondorf here looking like a boss. Gonna chill with my other Zelda amiibos. And that's it for this weekend adventure in video game hunting, guys. And I haven't heard any announcement yet because it's been a day since the convention, but if they do Retro World Expo next year, I'd highly suggest checking it out. Hopefully they decide to make it a 2-day convention and possibly move it to a bigger venue. No real complaints, but if it was a 2-day convention, having it so far away from any hotel would really make it hard for a lot of people to get there. Let me know if you were at Retro World Expo, and if you were able to pick up anything awesome, let me know in the comments below. And if you were there and you made a video about it, fuck it. Link it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know how this new camera is for filming right now. It looks pretty good before I actually edit it. I don't know how it'll actually turn out. And as always, keep it real, internet.